Good afternoon, everyone. This is your host, Brotha Lamick Israel, on Illuminati Radio News Hour. Season 1, Episode 2, and today's news is a news story I wasn't really going to get into, but I decided against it anyway. And this news is coming from Fox News. Now, Fox News article that I'm talking from was published May 19th, 2023 at 8:17 a.m. A Tampa man demands $3 million for every black person in the world. In a viral video. Show. We have to put white people on notice. This is after, on a national level, some Democratic lawmakers are asking for $14 trillion in reparations. A local resident told the Tampa City Council Thursday that the cost of reparations in the city should be $3 million per person. All this nonsense, homelessness, and all this other garbage you talk about, police violence and all this stuff, don't nobody care about that, the man said. We care about our reparations, and we have to put white people on notice that we want our reparations. Our foreparents and us didn't work for free and get underpaid and all this nonsense, and the white folks get away with it, the man added. While they talk about the great city they're building, no, we want our reparations, $3 million per person. $3 million per person right here in this city. That's the only thing black people have to care about. All this other little nonsense we do not care about. The clip trended Friday morning on Twitter. Beyond local government, left-wing lawmakers are pushing for reparations on a national level. Rep. Cori Bush held a press conference on Wednesday unveiling her Reparations Now resolution, which declares that the United States has a moral and legal obligation to provide reparations for the enslavement of Africans and its massive harm on the lives of millions. She suggested the total amount would be at least $14 trillion, which she described as a gap in wealth between blacks and whites. She spoke alongside fellow squad members Reps Jamal Bowman, Deanne Y., and Rashad Tlaib D. Mitch, as well as Senate candidate Rep. Barbara Lee D. Khalif, and freshman Rep. Summer Lee, as well as a host of activists from around the country. Black people in our country cannot wait any longer for our government to begin addressing all of the harm it has caused since the founding, that continues to perpetrate perpetrate each and every day all across our communities, all across this country, Bush said. Let us speak this truth. Uncomfortable as it may be, our country was not founded on the principle that all people are created equal. It was founded at the expense of the lives, freedom, and well-being of black people, African folks who they stole. Other states like California have also various forms of reparations, from direct cash payments to housing aid. A task force in San Francisco recommended $5 million payments to eligible residents. Now, from the beginning of that, there's a few things that is wrong with this, and there's a couple that is right. For example, the black man representing all the black people he's talking about in America says the nonsense, homelessness, and all the other garbage you talk about, like police violence and all this stuff, don't nobody care about. That is completely wrong. We do not only care about reparations. In his eyes, pretty much the same. They owe us something. The reasoning behind us not owing them anything is because from the beginning, we pretty much chose to be enslaved, and therefore we're not owed anything to be enslaved. We literally just gave ourselves up pretty much. And that's after breaking away what we actually believe in. Therefore, for us to only care about reparations is complete false. Us remembering where we came from is what we're owed. That's what we're owed. Another thing that is completely false is when Cori Bush, the rep, Cori Bush, first of all, her last name is Bush, therefore her agenda lines up with the Bushes, held a press conference on Wednesday unveiling her Reparations Now resolution, which declares that the United States has a moral and legal obligation to provide reparations for the enslavement of Africans. It wasn't the enslavement of Africans, it was just the enslavement of blacks. Blacks that are brought over from Africa who aren't even originally Africans. Now, they may be considered Africans because that's where they were born, but through blood, they are not actual Africans. Africans is the one who sold the blacks to America. You wouldn't sell your own kind to another country. You would sell someone who's not of your kind. Wandering people you sell. Wandering people that look like you. So therefore, that's why they make it seem like we're Africans too. We are not Africans. That's where they also got it wrong. It says, let us speak this truth. Uncomfortable as it may be, our country was not founded on the principle that all people are created equal. That's correct. When this country was founded, not even founded, when this country was stolen, they set into laws to make white people superior and black people as a commodity, the so-called working class. We're nothing but replaceable. We are a working class. Until the righteousness is in rulership. On national level, some Democratic lawmakers are asking for $14 trillion in reparations. And this is all coming from Fox News. That clip trended Friday morning on Twitter. Beyond local government, left-wing lawmakers are pushing for reparations on a national level. The number 14, 4-1, 4 being dealt, having to do with blacks, of course, in numerology term, black and death. That's what it represents. And that's exactly what this article represents. It's the black people of America. Because if that was the case, Africans in Africa would have the same news article demanding reparations for their people who are over here, if we are their people. And clearly you do not see that happening. As soon as you see that not happening, that we are separate from Africans, and that the true people you really are demanding the money for is for all the natives that were here. If you want to get real technical, the ones that should be wanting reparations is the natives that was here. What they called Indians. And they were Indians. The term Indian, that's an English word. Indian means savage. So the savages of America is really what this article is for. They're trying to turn you away from things so that the main focus of what should really be taught out there is us as a whole people. Because if you understand, you can't get reparations for a broken nation. Black people as a nation, we don't have no nation. Black people today, you don't even know if you really came from Africa or anything like that. You know that you were just born here, and what they teach you in school is that your ancestors were brought over by boats. That's all the knowledge you guys are understand that perspective of. And that is far from the truth. I'm not going to make this too long, so we're going to cut that out here. Again, I'm your brother Lamick Israel. This is just a short news reporting that I wasn't gonna do, but I just had to put it in the spotlight so people don't get misled by what's being portrayed here. This is your brother Lamick Israel on Illuminati Radio News Hour. Today is Saturday the 20th. And I hope you enjoy this news that we just brought to you. I bless you all. Have a good day.